Okay, real talk. If magnesium was the sleep miracle the internet sells, you would not still be lying awake scrolling for it at midnight. It is in sleepy mocktails. It is in every night routine video. And the promise is almost too clean. Take this mineral before bed, and boom, you sleep. So does it actually work? Stick with me, because the real answer splits researchers into two camps. And by the end, you will know exactly which camp your own sleep problem belongs in. Hey, welcome to Evidence Health USA, where we turn health hype into clear answers. Here is what is actually in this video. The claim, the agency warning nobody quotes, the 17-minute number everyone quotes, the glycinate twist most people miss, and at the end, a plan built for your specific situation. Not a generic one. Quick thing first, this is education, not medical advice. If you have chronic insomnia, loud snoring, daytime sleepiness, kidney issues, or you take prescription meds, check with a clinician before you change anything. Here is where most people get tripped up, and honestly, it is kind of brilliant how the marketing uses it. There are two questions. They sound almost identical. They are not. Question 1. Is magnesium important? Yes, 100%. Your body runs on it constantly. Nerves, muscles, energy. Not a debate. Question 2. Will a magnesium supplement at bedtime reliably fix your insomnia? That is the real question. And that is where things get interesting. In 2024, the National Center for Complementary and Integrative Health said it straight. There is not enough solid research to say magnesium supplements work for insomnia. Not, it is fake. Not, it is magic. Just, the evidence is not there yet to call it proven. Viral is not the same as verified. So why does the hype feel so believable? Because the setup sounds perfect. Researchers think magnesium may calm the nervous system, nudge melatonin signaling, and interact with stress hormones. That sounds like a sleep stack built into one mineral. And here is the fact that makes it feel even more true. According to the NIH Office of Dietary Supplements, about 48% of Americans, across all ages, get less magnesium from food and drinks than they need. 48%. Almost half the country. But, and this is the part influencers skip, undereating magnesium is not the same as a blood test proving you are deficient. Most of your body's magnesium lives in cells and bone, so a normal blood number can hide a real shortfall. And, I might need more magnesium, does not automatically mean a bedtime capsule will knock you out. Adults generally need somewhere between 310 and 420 milligrams a day, depending on age and sex. First move, always, food. Greens, beans, nuts, seeds, whole grains. Now, the part you actually came for. What happens when scientists test it directly? In 2022, researchers pooled the evidence on magnesium in sleep across 9 studies, about 7,500 people. In the observational data, people with more magnesium in their diet often look like they slept better. Looks convincing. Here is the catch. People who eat more magnesium-rich food usually do a lot of other healthy things too. Better overall diet, different routines, different health backgrounds. The mineral might not be the hero of this story. It might just be standing next to the actual heroes. And when that same review looked at randomized trials, the gold standard, the results were mixed. Some upside, some nothing. Not a slam dunk. So let's raise the bar further. What about people who actually have diagnosed insomnia? This is the clip that goes viral every few months. In 2021, a review looked at oral magnesium for insomnia, specifically in older adults. Only 3 randomized trials, only 151 people total. Forms like oxide and citrate. Daily elemental magnesium ranging from about 320 to 729 milligrams for a few weeks up to 8. Here is the headline number. People fell asleep about 17 minutes faster on magnesium than on placebo. 17 minutes. That is real. Total sleep time looked a little longer too, but that part was not statistically clear. And now, the fine print that never makes it into the clip. The evidence quality was rated low to very low. The trials had bias problems. The reviewers themselves said this literature is not strong enough yet for a clinical recommendation, even though magnesium is cheap and everywhere. One smaller study inside that pool, 46 older adults, 500 milligrams of elemental magnesium for 8 weeks, did show better insomnia scores versus placebo. A genuine signal, still small. So, possibly a modest help, specifically for older adults with diagnosed insomnia. Enough to keep watching. Not enough to call it a cure. But what about the form everyone actually buys? Magnesium glycinate, bisglycinate, the calm sleep bottle everyone recommends in the comments. This is where the internet gets confident. So in 2025, researchers in Germany ran an actual randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled trial to check 155 adults, 18 to 65, all reporting poor sleep, not people with a diagnosed sleep disorder. For 4 weeks, 250 milligrams of elemental magnesium as bisglycinate before bed, versus a placebo. On a standard insomnia symptom scale, the magnesium group improved by about 3.9 points. The placebo group improved by about 2.3. Magnesium won. Barely. That is the twist I actually love about this trial. Both groups got better. Magnesium edged ahead with a small effect, and there was a hint that people who already ate less magnesium in their diet responded better. Which sounds a lot more like filling a gap than magic for everyone. Mood and stress scores? No clear win over placebo. And this was all questionnaires, not a sleep lab. So, is glycinate useless? No. Is it a proven cure? Also no. You will also see short trials on fancier forms, like magnesium L-threonate paired with wearable sleep trackers. Interesting clues. Not proof that every bottle on Amazon will rebuild your deep sleep. Everyone asks the same question. What is the best magnesium for sleep? Here is the actual knowledge drop. We know a lot more about absorption than about which form wins for sleep specifically. The NIH notes that forms that dissolve more easily tend to absorb better. Citrate, chloride, aspartate, lactate, generally ahead of oxide or sulfate in small absorption studies. What they do not say anywhere, glycinate is the proven sleep form. Glycinate is popular partly because it is gentler on the stomach for a lot of people, and because of that one newer bisglycinate trial. What we do not have is a clean head-to-head tournament where every form competes for the sleep crown. One label tip that actually matters. Check for elemental magnesium on the bottle. That is the real dose. 2 bottles can look identical and deliver completely different amounts. Before anyone goes, natural means I can max out the dose. No. For healthy adults, the upper limit from supplements and medications, not food, is 350 milligrams a day, unless a clinician says otherwise. Go over that and the classic symptoms show up. Diarrhea, nausea, stomach cramps. Extremely high amounts can affect heart rhythm, and in severe cases stop the heart entirely. If you have kidney problems, do not experiment with high doses on your own. Your kidneys are what clear magnesium from your body. And please do not drop a prescribed sleep medication because a bottle's label said calm. Natural is not a synonym for risk-free. So here's what I promised you at the start. Which camp does your sleep problem actually fall into? Pick the one that sounds like you. If you are a normal, moderately stressed adult who just wants better sleep, start with the basics. This entire video full of studies keeps almost admitting matter more. Consistent sleep and wake times, morning light, cutting caffeine after early afternoon, an actual wind down instead of scrolling into unconsciousness. Add magnesium-rich food to your plate. That is a real nutrition win whether or not it touches your sleep. If you already eat plenty of leafy greens, beans, nuts, and whole grains, a supplement is unlikely to be your missing piece. The exploratory data suggests the people who benefit most are the ones starting from a low intake, not the ones already covering it through food. If you are older and dealing with diagnosed insomnia specifically, you are the group with the closest thing to supporting evidence here. Talk to a clinician about whether a modest trial of magnesium makes sense for you, alongside, not instead of, real insomnia treatment like CBTI. If you snore loudly, wake up gasping, or feel wrecked no matter how many hours you slept, stop reading supplement labels and get evaluated. That can be sleep apnea, and no mineral on earth fixes that. And if you have kidney disease or you are on prescription medication, this is not a self-experiment. That conversation happens with your clinician, not a bottle. So, does magnesium for sleep actually work? Health agencies say, not enough proof to call it an insomnia treatment. Some trials say, possible modest help, especially falling asleep faster in older adults with diagnosed insomnia, and a small symptom improvement in that 2025 bisglycinate study. Many Americans undereat magnesium. Food first, always. If you do supplement, respect the 350 milligram supplemental limit and loop in a clinician the moment your situation is more complicated than a general wellness tip. Uncertain is not useless. Modest is not magic. And now, you know exactly which one applies to you. If that cleared the fog, hit subscribe. Evidence Health USA is where hype gets stress tested. Tell me in the comments which one you want stress tested next: creatine, vitamin D, or the sleep basics that beat every supplement on this list.